Are you financially faithful to your partner? Listener feedback and Dementia Fight Club. Yeah, you heard me. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Yeah, you heard me.
I can't even get through the intro without chuckleophagus.
Chuckle
You just
City.
Bust that shit out. What are you talking about?
Amy, it's in your fucking state. Like, it's not bad enough with your bathroom gate. I have to now read about how at a nursing home, these 3 women are having a fight club with their dementia patients.
Oh, my God. No, I remember
near
it now.
Winston-Salem.
Oh,
it's right.
Ooh, well,
I mean, so many jokes come to mind, but it's so not funny that I want to throw up. Joy and heart. Joy, pump it up, and pain. Keep it going, keep it going.
Now, punch him. Yeah. In the face. Don't remember. I got dementia. Oh, my God. My favorite one. I blocked it out because
you did read the article, didn't
you? No, I didn't. But I'm remembering it from days of yore. I seem to remember and going, scowl, frowny face, dislike, thumb down, judgy, better than you. And then moving on, forgetting all the details. The one I did remember was an uplifting story of Alzheimer's and dementia. And that's the Mistaken Order Cafe, somewhere in Western civilization land, Japan, China.
Whatever you get.
I don't know. Yes, it is completely staffed. The entire kitchen staff and wait staff have either Alzheimer's, dementia, or both. So whatever you have no idea what you're going to get at the fucking table. It's hilarious. I love that. I don't know how it's supportive other than I find it fucking funny. Anyway, but they're not like punching each other. They're not Michael Vick in it where we're pulling these people together and, combatants for fun. Well, yeah, you were sad about the dogs, but the dementia thing brings jokes.
No, but wait, let's get back to your restaurant. Is your restaurant the you get what you get, you don't get upset restaurant?
I think so.
Okay. No, I got upset about the dementia patients, but
where are they doing this? I mean, do they charge tickets? Is there a long season? Can I get a season pass? How do I get to see it?
There were 3 employees, and they were rooting on, hey, hit her in the face, hit her in the face. They were rooting them on, and there's video of it.
No, there is not.
I didn't click.
You did.
I didn't.
You clicked quick. You're a click quicker, you bad clicker, you. You did click it, and you're going to click it again.
Often. Early and often. Can you believe that they were fired? Duh, obviously.
Well, but no, I don't actually. When you say they were fired, duh, because in North Cackalack, we don't always fire them offenders. Sometimes we say, y'all don't do that, and then we let it, go on the news, and off we go. So I'm glad they were fired. That's better. That's better than our usual close of the conversation.
And the Department of the I regulate how you treat old people said you can't have any new patients for a while. We're gonna continue to investigate.
Right. We need the wait staff to travel to Japan. There's some job openings at a good menu.
We hear about those. I thought it was interesting that the comments on the page were horrible. They were deplorable. They were all of the things. But somebody wrote, yeah, it's really funny until it's your parents getting punched in the face. And I was like, well,
teach her to throw a fucking punch. I mean,
whose parent can't use a little punch in the face every once in a while?
I'm kidding.
It's not funny.
Kidding.
It's a horrible story. How dare you?
It's a horrible story and a horrible show. And
horrible.
And it's not worth joking about. So we've said it. Let's keep joking about it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. Would you put a relative in a home and not check on them on the regular for special bruises?
That's a different thing, though. That's a different thing. So much happens no matter how dedicated and fastidious you are. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff can slip by you. It can be, and a lot of times the worst stories come from people who are the most involved because they know something's wrong, but they can't find the evidence to prove it. And so they're just trusting their gut. And I mean, I gotta love those people that they keep after it until something changes. It's horrible all around. And I would never, ever, ever, even joking, and I know we're just joking, I would never, ever put it back on the family. Having to surrender care of a loved one to anyone else for any reason is just gut wrenching. And the fact that there's abuse of any kind, even like non-abused, even the discomfort of they refuse to give me my banana pudding because the cook doesn't like it.
Preferences, all that
kind of, it's just terrible and fucking awful. But when it is this egregious, you kind of can't even, it's gallows humor. I don't even know where to go with this madness. It's nuts.
Well, since it is the dementia ward and the first rule of Fight Club, right?
I'm trying to make a dementia joke like you forget Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
Well, that's it. You're not going to talk about Fight Club because you don't.
In your dementia ward, the first rule of Fight Club is there a Fight Club?
What Fight Club?
The first rule of Fight Club in the dementia ward is what's for dinner?
Oh.
Chicken necks.
Oh. I felt terrible when I read it. I was horrified. And then I was giddy when I found out it happened in North Carolina. Please don't be Pennsylvania. Please don't be Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right. We can have battle for the worst ever states because Florida is already king.
Always win.
Florida's the judge. So we can be battle of the penultimately bad states.
So you and I occasionally look and see who listens and from where, where our downloads show up. It's something we do, I would say once every 6 months, we'll look and say, oh, by the way, this masturbatory activity we do into microphones.
That's right.
Just for ourselves and our own pleasure. Are people listening? Here. Last week, later at the Hall of Justice, last week, I was mean. And I said, damn it, dear listener, fucking write and let us know you're out there. And
you put your audio foot down. I remember you dropped the mic literally.
I was
clitorally. I remembered. Well remembered.
Literally, I was emphatic. Let's say that I was emphatic about how badly we wanted to hear from you and how you should want to talk to us.
Indeed.
Well, I don't know that anger and storm I had with my face and feet is something you should reward. But you did.
But you did.
But you did, dear listener.
But you did, and did you? Oh, did you?
In many ways, we got rewards. We got rewards from friends. We got rewards from other listeners. Here we go. I got a letter from Sweden.
Holy what the
and it's not from my what I assumed was my favorite Swede and former college roommate. It's from a different Swede.
So it's not from Blue Swede.
Is that Anya's name somewhere?
No, I think they sing Uga Chukka.
Oh no. Oh, that's right. She's Sweden. Here, ready? Hi. So I've been thinking of writing for several weeks now.
Oh, okay, great.
I know. I'm maybe it took me being a dick.
There's so many. Let's stop. We're gonna savor it because we don't get many. So there's so much to unpack in that one sentence. Hi. So that's a two-way dialogue. It's their acknowledgement. Bing. Now we get one. The tote board's heavy. Then you go on to I've been thinking. That means that we're in the sphere of consciousness. Can't even believe it. Of writing. Oh, my Lord.
For several weeks.
That means more than one episode has been consumed and had an impact. Oh, my God. Well,
that's really all I needed to hear.
It's a good thing I'm sitting down. Okay.
Right.
There's more?
Yeah. But never came around to it.
Oh.
But after listening to the Sun Your Bun episode, yeah, I'm now typing this up on my phone. So here's a piece of feedback from me.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's this going to go?
So it really doesn't have to do with Sun Your Bum. It has to do with you.
Okay. What?
I miss Amy's section on what's cooking. Only one episode, right? My husband is the chef in our house, and I only cook when he's not around, so I need all the inspiration I can get.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We actually tried the mushroom soup, which had a fancy French name Amy was talking about.
That's right.
It was delicious, probably because I made my husband cook it. But anyway, I love how passionately Amy talks about food. I want more.
That's so sweet and crazily unexpected. How wonderful. Oh.
I don't have a group of friends that's as tight as yours seem.
Yeah, we do seem tight.
So she's looking forward to next week where I think you teased will help you make friends. Tight friends.
I did. And I've been thinking of this tip for many weeks now and not writing in about it, but I will write in about it this week. That is the loveliest thing.
I'm not done.
Oh, what?
I know. She's delightful. Keep up your great work. Right? That's it. You could have stopped, Therese. You could have stopped at, I've been thinking of writing.
Oh, come on. You could have stopped at
for several weeks now. Amy's great. And keep up the great work. And my heart would have exploded.
God. Well, that it's just, there's, my Grinchy heart has grown, 5 sizes this day. This is the most wonderful thing to hear. I am passionate about food. And the hard part about it is I'm passionate about all sides of food, buying it, cooking it, growing it, eating it, talking about it, getting other people excited about it, which is part of the reason that I've been trying to force feed this cooking thing with many friends, the fair Melissa included, because you have so much to contribute to the world, Missy. You really do. No, you super really do. And when you do cook, so much of your sparkle comes out on the plate. And that sounds super gross, like maybe like unicorn milk, but I'm just trying to tell you, you have a lot to bring to the table, literally. And I, again, with the clitorally, you really do. And so if there was some small way where I could say, let me give you a new way to experience joy in the form of a mushroom that you can buy in the supermarket, not the other mushrooms, those we know work as well.
Therese, you also PS'd me with your, if I have not sent out my swag yet. You earned swag today.
Oh, so, my bingo bongo, yes. International swag.
International swag. So I will be at the post office. Well, tomorrow we're getting an ice storm. So I will be at the post office and I will send out, I have a big day at the post office on Tuesday.
What happens? Are you voting again? You vote all the time. You get to vote in Pennsylvania on everything all the time.
Early and often. No, not this time. This time I'm referring to the fact that I have a relationship with the guy who works at the post office.
Wow.
He likes me. I don't know what to tell you.
I guess you are early and often. Okay.
I like him too. Mm-hmm. Hey G, what's up?
It's adorable.
I got pantsuits. No, I got unitards. I got, what are they called?
Well, I call it a sweatsuit. I thought it was like a lounge set, but I think it's called I think it's technically called a jumpsuit.
Right. So I got jumpsuits for the girls who were playing with us when we went away last weekend, and they all came in the mail. So I have my holiday cards. I have the jumpsuit, sweat, jump. I've got the unitards. I just like tard in the unitard.
You want to work the tard in there, and that word. So they're going to be the TARDIS. They could be like the TARDIS because they transport us to each other. I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent here. Those things are really comfortable. They're made of this jersey, so it's that super soft sweat panty material, except they're cut in such a way where they're flattering like good-looking clothes are flattering. But meanwhile, it's your flub-a-dub-dub coffee and sofa suit. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we all got to see you in it, and it was delightful. So now we're all going to have one. And so holiday cards are going to stick in that package. And now I'm internationally shipping to Sweden.
Oh my God.
Because that was the loveliest email we got.
I really can't get over.
Get over it.
I can't get over it.
Get over it.
Well, it may appear and sound as if we put zero thought into these conversations that we record and share with you, friends. But the truth is, we have had to make some modifications in our lives that are kind of tough because we felt like it bettered what we're able to do here. And that modification is many of the things that ordinarily would be in a text or a phone call or a two-way message on some of the platforms. We try to curtail that so that just like this letter can be the glorious surprise to be today. So we're holding some of us back so that you can get more of it here. And we've gotten feedback, good and bad. And I'm happy to tell you more good than bad of people saying exactly what you said, which is what we thought we're most proud of in our lives and try to cultivate off air and on air, which is that spirit of friendship. We like to think of you, listener, listening wherever you are, doing whatever it is that you're doing in addition to listening to this, that it's not unlike sitting 2 seats down at our collective table for the coffee or the cocktails or the, party or the sofa where we've all gathered and we're talking about what's going on in our lives and what's going on in the world and just basically relating to each other and trying to create better versions of ourselves and each other all at once. So the fact that somebody, I feel, gets it and also wants to make a soup, that's the biggest thing ever.
Trace, you're in our group of friends.
Bingo.
You are one of us. So thank you so much for your letter. We also got letters from friends who we adore, but we also got a gift. We got a package that blew us both away. It blew us away. We spent 2 separate episodes or a portion of 2 separate episodes talking about, I think I asked Amy, what would be the perfect gift for you?
Right.
Partially sneaky because I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Amy's a love of mine, and I want her to feel appreciated. I see what she does, But then she comes out with a stupid fucking comment like,
so then Amy bears her soul and says something that's really meaningful to her. And I decided to tell her that's not it. Try again.
I decided to judge her publicly for it because she deserved it. I don't even know.
Always.
You made a comment about how like a good candle. And I thought, what? A candle? But they're too expensive. You wouldn't spend money on yourself. And I think you were referring to somewhat affordable candles.
Yes.
And our dear listener, Marnie from Los Angeles, chimed in to say, what about a Joe Malone candle? I asked for that at work. And that, we both frantically Googled, what the fuck is a Joe Malone candle?
I don't know. They don't even sell candles that expensive. Even on the interweb for me to get. Not possible. And meanwhile, she's got 10 of them sitting in a circled ring around her. Ridiculous.
Well, around the Pentagon, that's pentagram. Sorry, yes. Pentagram.
Yes,
that's around
yes.
So, yeah, we had a listener who said, these girls deserve joy. I really think it was the listener who said, Amy deserves ridiculousness. And because he knows me, it was sent to me with treats in there for me as well, but a candle for Amy from Joe Malone, which I didn't open it until I FaceTimed her and I could see her face. And I know you're going to find this super hard to believe, dear listener, but she was kind of speechless for a while. And I know that because I visually saw her bottom jaw unhinge and drop to the table. And then she just sat there.
It did take me a moment to make some sound. And then when I did make sound, I believe that I screamed into the phone probably for 41 seconds straight. Caught a breath and then screamed again for another 18. Like it just kept going. The size of this box, it defied. I'm sitting here looking at a laptop, and I've got one of those big old laptops, right? It was triple the size of this. It's like opening a comforter set. It was the size. That's the size of the lidded cardboard presentation box. And then when you open it, it's not like it's filled up with like Amazon Eco Smart packaging, which is, it's like, oh God, I feel like I just picked through the dumpster. No, this thing there was tissue designed to be discarded. The whole thing was just set up so that it's like, this is the decorative tissue. And when you remove that, you'll see the wrapping tissue. And under that is the actual cushioning tissue. And then inside that, nestled inside that, is one of many gifts. Oh my God, you guys. I can't even. How many? I can't even. And then the combinations of the scents on the candles, they're not even real combinations. Oh my God.
This is from our dear listener, Rusty.
Oh my God, my sweet and merciful God. Never in my life, ever. It's amazing.
So, Rusty, if that doesn't count as a thank you, what she didn't tell you was a tear ran down her face. She just couldn't believe that somebody that she doesn't really know would both invest their time by listening, because like Therese, when you write us or send us, we are so grateful that you're even part of our, again, masturbatory project here. And we're grateful. Once again, I repeat, I don't know that me yelling at you is something you want to reinforce by sending us delightful presents and great emails. But dear listener, keep up the hard and good work. We are so grateful.
And that's beyond grateful. And I think you would agree with me when I say this doesn't do anything to communicate how impactful that feedback is. The specific feedback is impactful and feels wonderful and makes you feel even more connected, and it's exciting. And, so you love it on just the basic level of what you're saying. But then there's that next level of there are actual people. God bless you. She sneezes. Wow, you blocked it. There
I didn't make a single sound.
There are actual people listening to this thing, participating in this thing, doing my favorite, which is having conversations after listening about some of the things, doing what you do in your real life, which is welcoming us as a kind of, won't shut up, one-way talking friend, which I think if you knew us in real life, it would really be the same experience.
Totally the same experience.
You guys, it's really, I don't want to keep gushing on, but the truth is, it's very gratifying. We're making a lot of changes in a very short time period. We are still, tight as ticks, as they say, with I hate to even call them the former co-hosts, are very good friends, John and Jess, Jess and John, the Jess and John show featuring John and Jess. It's great. Love them. They give us tips. They give us help, as they should. They're excellent people. They're doing their own podcasting endeavors. We're all of us trying to get better. So to hear from the outside perspective, also people who are new to the show, those who have been there a long time, telling us what they love, telling us what they hate, or just telling us what's going on in their day, we need it. We're needy people.
We're just grateful. We're grateful for it. So thank you. If Amy and I had a conversation like, fuck it, nobody's listening, we're done with this. What you did for us this past week was tell us, I'm still listening. We're still out here. Cricket, cricket. From the crickets comes joy. So thank you so much.
That's perfect.
All right. So Rusty, thank you. Amy's coming up for the holiday and I'm going to slip her the candle. And there are a couple of Black Friday treats that came in the box too that she's going to enjoy as well.
Oh my, the whole thing. So thoughtful. And some of that is inspired by you. I've seen other people start doing it now too. When they hear what you do on the reg, which is see something you like, click, ship, send. Nobody does this but you. And now that you do it a lot. And now that the word is getting out that, all this is, Melissa models the way to be. So everybody's starting to do this and it's great. Because the world is being filled up with better people doing better things. It's also great because a lot of those people know me. So I'm getting a lot more stuff.
You know what? There are grownups who have an Amazon wish list. That's a thing. You know that I was raised by somebody who said, well, I think I did a whole episode about my mother said, how do you think I feel? All of these people did nice things for me. And her answer was not grateful or happy. Go back. It was actually a really good episode, dear listener. Her answer was, what did she say? That she owes them. She's indebted to them. So now that somebody has done something lovely for her, she now owes them for it. This idea of going on Amazon and knowing the last one I did, I think for Amy, was a hand mixer because she said she's always wanted one. And I mean, it's not cost prohibitive. I mean, it's not I could never afford this. It's not the countertop standing mixer from hell that KitchenAid has that Stuart's actually thinking about getting me for something as it's on sale this week. Also with your Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, you can achieve this. But how much does it cost you? Not just financially, not just time to do it and the thought and the effort. I did stop sending Hallmark cards, I guess when the rest of the world did. But both sets of my husband and my parents still send them. And I do get shade for not acknowledging in the card form holidays, birthdays, whatever. So if there's a time of year, I think this cuts the edge off of that. If there's a time of year where I see something that doesn't coordinate with a birthday or Christmas or whatever, I go ahead and I send something. They're not $1 million gifts. They're certainly not a Joe Malone candle package. I'm not that enabled to do so, but it's the thought that counts, right? Isn't that what everybody tells you? It's the thought that counts. All right. Amy slipped out for a little bit. Let's see if we could go find her. Ho on. And we're back.
Hey. What's up, Wi-Fi?
So I really just talked in your absence about the fact that what's harmful about doing something nice for someone. You know the feeling of joy that you give them. And I told them I was raised by a mother who felt obligated when people did nice things for them. So not sending out cards for me was a tough thing when my family got mad. So if you get something for me during the year, that's your birthday present. That's your Christmas present. That's your Hanukkah.
You know what? And I think we all have our subtext of why we do things, and very few, myself included, of us even put any thought as to why we do these things. So you're coming up with some reasons for why you do this lovely thing that you do. And I can't imagine anybody would ding you for it. But for those that do, I've got this other friend, Michelle. She put out at Christmas or Thanksgiving time this sort of blanket post saying, you know what? I'm just putting this out there because I get a lot of crap for being extra, doing all this, going, because her parties are like off the hook and all the rest of this stuff. And I mean, you go to a party and she's got like a party ball wrapped in saran wrap, and you pull the saran wrap until a gift falls out in your lap, and then you pass the ball to somebody else and unwrap it and the gift falls out. And the gifts are like actual gifts. They're not like bullshit gifts. I got a sake fucking set, a China sake set. It's gorgeous, like proper porcelain china. Anyway, So, and she put this whole thing out like, I don't do it for anybody else but me. I do it because I am so grateful in my life. And this gives me not only the opportunity to share it and give back, but it brings me the joy of knowing, look at what I have and look at what I can share that joy with you. Look, as opposed to, hey, look at me. And I related to that so much because I'm super not extra at all. But in our group, doing things like actually using the plates in the house that we rented, as opposed to a napkin or your bare hand to eat something, I was considered as being extra because it was like,
it
was like, we have glasses. Why do we need a glass? Just pass the bottle. You know, and
just
it's like, that's not not extra. That's just being a human
You like to
being.
make things nice.
I like things to be made nice. If I didn't have to do it, damn, I'm all in. So I like it when things are nice. I like things to be nice. I don't get bent out of shape when they're not nice. Number one. And number two, I feel like it doesn't harm me. I don't, even when people say, well, God, you got to cook for everybody. And blah, 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 blah. But I like that. I don't look at it and think, oh God, I got to cook for everybody. Because if I did, I wouldn't be doing it. Why would I do it? So
if it doesn't bring you joy, Marie Kondo.
Oh, good.
You know what didn't bring my former co-hosts joy?
What? Lots of things? Nothing?
When I would discuss what? Do you remember?
Period. I don't remember anything that
I would discuss my dogs and their eye boogies.
Well, they love to be the haters on that one. I immediately went to dogs, but they love you and they love your dogs. So I say no, but.
So yes. I have also, like many of our dear listeners have watched, and John and Jess were avid watchers of Dr. Pimple Popper.
Oh God, yes.
Couldn't handle hearing that I fed my dogs their eye boogies. They lick rectum all day long. So fuck that.
Yeah, we're going in, gang. Okay.
Head first.
All righty.
Tongue first. So I'm nauseated by that whole pimple popper. And I've spoken with my vet and she says that woman's a rookie. You should try doing it on animals. And it takes on a whole different scene.
What is she popping? Anal glands? There's no zips on animals.
There are things that grow that she has to peel out and pus and ooze and get the whole sack around it. Right. It's super gross.
Of snow may you ooze and
so
grow.
I don't know if you have Insider on your Instagram, like things pop up, just topically newsy things. But on that Insider story that was, as I scrolled down my Instagram, I saw that there's a doctor, I use it loosely, who is removing earwax.
Oh, no, I've seen it. You're going to talk and I'm going to listen and then I'm going to contribute too. Smiled the Cheshire Cat. Let's hear it.
They pull it out in one like chunk. They don't do like the melting that I've seen before. They don't do like the heat melt. They go in with a tool and they pull it out. And these two producers from this Insider competed to see who had more ear schmegma pulled out in a solid. It was so fucking gross. And I thought, there's an audience for this. And I am not it.
Thank you. There is a member of my blood relation family.
Oh, no.
Who has
an
overproduction of wax. And it gets to be a challenge because it interferes with hearing. It must be cleared out. And to do the thing that I adore, which is to take a Q-tip and jam it all the way in there, it's actually super detrimental and no one should try this at home ever, including me, but I won't be stopped because I know best. So
a list of things we know we shouldn't do, we're doing anyway.
It's a very long list. So I have some occasion to be on the prowl for these de-waxers, right? So we have, from time to time, sought out such a one as these videos to watch the people de-schmegifying the ear. There are so many manners of doing it. It is sickeningly hypnotic. You cannot look away when they're pulling it. It's train wreck in the ear. So here's the best part. I mentioned it. I won't get into it now. Ugh. The whole dry needling thing that I was doing. And back in the day, John was like, why? Because it's ouch. And in the waiting room for the dry needler, I happened to notice all these little front and back 8.5 by 11 individually made flyers for I am a naturalopathiasos or whatever all the things that the people are.
No, that's the word. That's the word.
All the things that people are. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, I can't believe that these things are actually things. And here's another one. And who is that? She looks familiar. Oh, look, that's Brian's wife. So this woman who I've met in passing, she is the wife of the editor of newspaper here. She is a socio-naturopath, right? She is all of these things, a naturo-zipper. And she had her front and back thing, and she had bullet points of all the things that she did. And on it, she included ear pulling. And that is, and she said, and there were different prices for the length of time of your session. She had a 90-minute ear pull.
No.
If you've got 90 minutes worth of schmeg in your ear,
no,
I don't think that a professional is what you need. That something is seriously wrong with you. That's a lot of wax. And it's not like you pull it out like bubble gum and it goes, meow. It is like a mass. And you can stick a candle in there and drip it down a cone and it'll like fill up the cone with wax. Or you can get in there with like long forceps and pull out like.
That's what I saw.
And you can pull out like the ear canal shaped, like the curly rod of snots that's in your. Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, that's what I saw. And I believe as I was trying to not tell my family about it, I was torn between vomit. I like almost vomited and climaxed at the same time at the joy of it coming out and also at the fucking disgust of what is living pretty much inside your head.
Well, the truth of it is, gang of thieves, you can also seriously jack yourself up for life. So even though we're making jokes about this,
don't stick things in there.
It's a serious condition, but beyond that, don't try to extract it yourself. If you do feel like your ear is clogged, if you're having ear infections, all this kind of stuff, don't even trust the interweb because there's little, just like in your nose, ladies and gents, there are little fine hairs inside your ear all the way down. And when you yank and pull on this shiz, you can not only fuck up your eardrum, but you can sort of permanently fuck up all of your stuff. And I'm board certified in earwax jizz, so I know the right way to behave. And the way to behave is to find a local professional. And we will not put a link in the show notes to help you.
That's fucking disgusting.
So watch for that.
All right. So we're entering holiday season or we're knee deep. We're not entering. We're in holiday season.
I have been entered by holiday season. Let's just say that.
Lucky
Not the elfish way you like.
Oh.
I'm feeling like a ho in the wrong way. It's not working.
In the wrong ho?
Yes.
Get out of that ho, if you will.
Santa's got a brand new bag and it's on my fucking back.
Let me ask you, in the course of the last year, how many new articles of clothing do you think you've purchased?
6.
The average American woman has purchased 64 new articles of clothing.
I purchased 6. You've seen them all because I purchased them for She Podcasts and for the December outing, one of which was the jumpsuit, the tracksuit, jumpsuit, not suit that you went and bought for everybody else. 6 items.
Well, in my defense, I bought it because not only was it like...
No, you don't need any defending. Stop. 64 items of clothing? How many do you buy? None. Well, if you take T-shirts out of the mix, you're at 0. If you leave...
T-shirts don't count,
right?
If
you leave T-shirts in the mix, it's how many days in a year? Melissa would have 618 items of clothing.
I think you mean snarky T-shirts or...
Yes, wordy T-shirts.
I do also have a Stitch Fix subscription. Yeah, I heard you. I do.
You do not.
I do.
What? Do you never buy anything from it, though? Or is everything that you buy from it? What I'm saying is... You put everything together really well.
What are you saying?
No, I am saying that. I'm like, you don't need it. So I'm thinking either you've always been doing it via Stitch Fix and I've been hoodooed all this time, or the reverse, which I already knew is true, which is it comes and you're like, I don't like it. And you send it back. And it comes again and you're like, I don't like it. My stuff's better. My stuff's better. My stuff's better.
So instead of doing their regular, this is not an ad for Stitch Fix. Instead of doing their regular
$20.
But it could be
Stitch Fix for the low price of just fucking something.
And a hug. Or just a letter. Just ask Therese. I'm sending her swag from our show. So instead of doing their regular $20 a session thing, a design, I paid, I think, $35 or $39 for the year, and now there's no fee. So they send it.
I don't even know how that works. So
they send it out regularly. Somebody designs it for me. I get a box of 5 items.
Okay.
And we just got one. So I opened it up and I kept a pair of black leggings because I could always use a new pair of black leggings or another pair of black leggings. My uniform is typically jeans and a t-shirt and a t-shirt with verbiage on it because I like people to look at my chest because in its own right, it's not getting a lot of attention. So if I write shit on it.
That's not the case. And all of this is true. And just as an aside, you've inspired me to start getting and wearing a lot of these wordy shirts. And I did. And I bought one in size XL, which I thought normally would be, sometimes it'd be a little roomy. Not so. This is like one of those East Asia XLs that maybe a Barbie doll would find snug. So I put it on and I'm like, I'm not getting rid of it because I love it and I will not pay return shipping. There's a lot of words on my shirt, on the front of my shirt in the breasticle area. And he kept looking there. And I know it was just because he was, and I have long hair. So I think maybe my hair was blocking some of the words. So he kept like stealing glances. It's like, honestly, it feels like when you're at a conference and everybody's trying to figure out who the fuck you are.
Your name tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't even bother with that shit. I shorten it up so it's really up high next to my face. Because I would love for you to do two things. Not let me catch you trying to figure out who I am, or fucking know who I am. Like, I don't want I don't want the alternative, right? So let's just eliminate that problem. But it was so, my God, it was so weird because he was like, yeah. Glance. Yeah. Look. And it's like, stop it. So I look down, I like brush. Is there some shit on my boobs?
What did it say?
It says, sprinkles are for winners. I bought it. It's based on that. It's based on it. I bought a t-shirt based on a line in a commercial for an insurance product that I don't have. That's how sad my life is.
That's okay. Sprinkles are for winners. That's your reward.
I was going to a cookie swap and everybody there is super, super elevated and extra. And I love them dearly, but it is also the case where it's one of those houses where you walk in and you're like, oh, should I have brought a gift to park the car and then another gift like at the door? Like they're just very, and they do it because they love it. So no judgment. It's just, I know where I ain't, right? So I thought, I'm just going to remove the pressure. I'm going to walk in a t-shirt that's fun, that says I'm here to bake cookies, and the rest of y'all can wait for the photo shoot that's going to happen later. I will happily direct the photo shoot. I'm not going to be in it.
I think sprinkles are for winners. Yes, 64 articles of clothing in 1 year.
I've never paid more. I was going to say $30 for a pair of jeans. Maybe in my life once I paid $63 for a pair of jeans. Never more than that in my life. People pay several $100s for jeans and they buy lots of jeans each year. You're probably one of these jeans people that
I'm not at all
real money for jeans, but you look so good in your jeans. Don't you have like swank ass jeans?
Well, they have had jeans in the Stitch Fix. They have had those. So the only way I would ever know any other brand other than the Gap or J. Crew is because they show up in a box and then I mail them back. I'll try them on, and if they do magical things to my ass, I'm in.
You know what's so cool about Stitch Fix?
Sounded dirty.
I don't think anybody needs it. I think it is in the same way that I don't think anybody needs chocolate chips. And you must have chocolate chips. You just don't need them, right? You don't need them, but they're going to be in your life and they're going to bring you joy and everything's fantastic. So, right? Except for Stitch Fix is a real functional service. I worked with a guy. It's hard to call him friends because we've never done anything socially, but I worked with a guy. So transitioning male to female, and is just as lost as you could possibly be when it comes to the looky business of being a woman, right? So that shit doesn't come naturally from his efforts or from where his body is. He just looks like a man. So Stitch Fix has been the savior because he didn't know what to do. So we're all, had this little Facebook group and he's like, people tell him about Stitch Fix. Her about Stitch Fix. Flipping out. Everything's great. Go to Sephora. If you've not, I learned this from Jess. They'll give you a full makeover in there and they don't charge you anything for it.
No, they'll find the right products for your skin tones, your skin textures, your skin everything. I would know because I don't go there.
I sent her to Sephora. They gave her, and from there they said, girl, you need a wig. Here's where you're going to go get your wig. So she went, oh my God, the whole thing. So Stitch Fix, it can work.
Yeah, I don't like going out in public and shopping. I don't like going rack to rack and sliding. Even the sound of hangers, stay with me, sliding on that metal bar one by one. Because
no, I love it.
I hate it.
It
just means I'm going to sit with 3 coats on top of me in the Loman's dressing room while all these old ladies get naked and I sweat my ass off.
Fucking Loman's. God, didn't they shut down? Please say yes.
I think they did shut down.
Everybody knows about Loman's from the Northeast. That's where the dressing room is communal. And I emphasize communal in the sense that it feels like you're in communist Russia. They have benches. It's just a square room that's bigger than it ought to be.
Mirrored.
With mirrors everywhere. And it is in no way different than the shopping room floor, other than there's no racks there. So you walk in with all your purchases and all these strangers, and you're exposed to, this is the room where we undress. And then right outside this room is the room where we shop. It's like, this is not how that works. We don't come. It's gross. And that's why they shut down.
Stitch Fix saved me from having to go to all of these places by throwing me a semi-trendy blouse here or there or pants or whatever.
64 is a lot.
$1.2 trillion is going to be spent this holiday season. There's got to be a better way. We get, during the year, for the most part, people get what they need, right? They get what they need. Why is this time of year so full of gimme, want, gimme, want? Are we teaching our children all kinds of wrong? Are we teaching them to get, and not give? Are we not teaching that enough?
Yes, we're not teaching give enough. No one is ever teaching give enough. Having said that, don't think that the holidays are automatically a time when you've done zero volunteer give back service the entire year long. And so let's transform Christmas or your birthday into the one day we go to the soup kitchen and make it about, not only is it not about you, but you're not even, now it's about you working for someone else. I feel like that's something that you should incorporate into your life because it's a good thing you should have in the same way that I wouldn't say Christmas isn't a time to gain weight. So on Christmas Day, let's not eat, have no cookies, and go to the gym. Like, that's not what Christmas is about. Christmas is about, or pick any.
All the cookies.
Yeah, Hanukkah. And I know Hanukkah and Christmas aren't really parallels, but pick any.
No, but any Jewish holiday is a food holiday. Yeah. So Hanukkah, it's all about oil and what you can put in oil, like donuts and potatoes and all the things.
Potato? A potato?
You say tomato. No, everybody says fucking tomato. Nobody says tomato. And if they do, send them my way. Punch them in the face.
But I do, to focus on the gifts for a second, I think that that's true. I think what's also true is that we're just not that into it anymore. I even saw Cardi B, who I love. I saw her on TV selling one of the sodas, right? And she's there, give the gift that everybody love, cash, spend it, y'all. And then she throws a big pile of money. And even the ad was weird in that she said, I think it's Pepsi, get the Pepsi, gift the cash. So they want you to do a sweepstakes or a scratch or something where you win money. And their idea of spending it for Christmas is that you can give that away because they don't want to be shameless and say, here's some more money for you. And they don't want to say, here's more money from you because Christmas is tight and you can spend it on something else. I mean, it was just this, it felt like, what are you doing? Like, cash to me is not a gift. It's just not.
Are you saying we're over it? Is that what you said?
I'm saying we're over it in the sense that I'm over it in this way. I continue to force myself to reconnect with what is the point of giving a gift, from all sides. What is the point? I do the Steve Jobs thing, which is really fucking annoying. Fortunately, up until this point, it was just annoying for me because I knew what I was doing. Now I'm going to get to annoy all of you.
Yes, dear listener, here goes.
Steve Jobs. I'm just I'm no Steve Jobs expert, but I remember from watching one of the many movies about his life, somebody was criticizing him and saying, sometimes you just want to buy a fucking couch. I don't need to spend a month analyzing what's the purpose of a couch. And that's what I do with this gift giving. It's buy the gift. That's what I mean by you're over it. I have a gift list. I have a lot of people to buy for. Ticka-tacka, bricka-bracka, done. Right? And that's, you either don't have the money, so you're locked into what you buy. Or when you have the money, you don't have the time, so you're very quickly rattling off, or you get the one thing and give it to everybody. It becomes about ease. It becomes perfunctory. And that's not what gift giving is about from the giver. It's not what gift giving is about for the recipient. It shouldn't be. So This whole notion of cash, or I get it that a shitty gift is a wasted opportunity for everybody. And it's hard to receive that because you're sitting here thinking, even in the worst of it, if I hover my hand over the trash or even give it to somebody else, I would rather not receive anything, right? So then you start to say, oh, well, maybe a gift certificate or a gift card or even just some cash to get whatever you'd like. Get whatever you'd like. There's so much thoughtfulness in that for the recipient. There's so much thoughtfulness in it. But for me, it comes back to, what's the point of a gift? What's the point of a gift, right? I thought enough about you that I wanted to take my time to, and I run this long thing when we were little and going to church. My mother did this to one of my friends. My friend Janine, she leaned over in church. We've got to kneel down, stand up, kneel down, sit down. There's a lot of movement in the Catholic Church. And so when you kneel down, there's a seat behind you. And if you're lazy, You can put your knees on the kneeler and you lean back and put your butt on the seat, almost like one of those exercise ball chairs. And you can just kind of hover there for a bit because it feels better on your back. Because kneeling down for a long time fucking hurts. So even when you're little. So Janine was doing that butt on the seat thing. And my mother leaned over to her in church and whispers in her ear, if Jesus Christ can hang on the cross for 3 hours until he dies to save you from your sin, you can kneel on this kneeler upright.
Oh my God.
Seconds. I was like,
Janine, I'm sorry.
So I do that same level. So I have transformed that guilt. If somebody can be, I do it for thank you notes, but I do it in reverse for gifting. If somebody could be bothered to think about you long enough to get in the car, to go to the store, to look around, choose from several options, pay their own money, put it in a bag, take it home, take it out, clean it, pull the stickers off it, wrap it, write a note, drive it over here and put it in your fucking hand, you can write a thank you note. You pig. That's how I love my kids. See,
I'm a little lazier in giving because Amazon is a beautiful thing. It's click and change shipping address. Yes, please. Change shipping address. But
the thing that you mentioned was, is it about waste? And so part of it is, yeah, it's less wasteful to give cash. But it's also like, I mean, honestly, God rest her, when my grandmother was really aging, she would say, I don't want anything. Don't give me anything. If you really want to give me something, give me Tylenol. Because it's then I don't have to buy it for myself. And even that made me so sad because she really meant it. It was
Sweet and Low.
It was so valuable in the sense that I don't want to pay $11 for some shit I got to buy every time. So that's a thoughtful thing for me, but it's not a treat. Like even giving like a grocery store gift card, that would have been a different kind of treat because it would have taken some of the pain off of having to deal with
paying for it. Yeah.
Hard. That's everybody. That's not the point. So if the other thing is about waste, right? Give the gift of an experience. That's harder to do. You have to think about it. You have to find something. People have to actually go do it after you give it to them. How many times do you get a gift card that you never use, you never spend?
I like the movie theater tickets, the movie theater gift card. I like that one because there's excess on there and there's popcorn. Who wants to buy an $11 popcorn? But it's never ending.
Not your mom.
No. Oh, she does. She just wants to throw it all on the fucking floor. Dear listener, we are going to enter this holiday season and see if we can treat you to, how are we phrasing this, Ames?
We're gonna treat them to entering them. What are we doing?
A lot of podcasts take a break.
Yes, we're gonna treat you, listeners. Yes.
How are we gonna phrase it?
Well, we were talking about our schedules. Clearly, you've picked up by now. We're doing this remotely from 2 different states. Clearly, you've picked up by now. We're super up in it in holiday celebrations. We drive around. We meet lots of people. A lot of disruption. Take time off from all of the day-to-day activities. How are we going to fit this in? One option that many podcasters do is to say, we're just going to take a little breather and we're going to come back refreshed.
See you after
we're going on vacation. And of course, we're not like other podcasters. So we thought, what would be the best thing that we could do for people who are going to be sitting in traffic with their kids, just really, really craving that inappropriate, explicit language content? What can we do?
Yeah. Well, can I share clitorally with my underage children?
Like I did last year. While I was driving home to see family and blaring the podcast as loud as could be, and Jessica starts talking about the true origins of Santa Claus with my little tiny kids going, what?
Oh no, the Jew did it again.
Turn it off. Yeah.
That's not good.
Thanks. That's all right. We love Jess.
My kids might not right now,
but
like, we all
like The
love
Simpsons.
Jess.
Lisa's doing this and we love Bart.
Poor Bart.
So we talked about, honestly, you've heard we've been making some changes. We've been tightening and trying and looky-loo. We're going to do more content just for you. So instead of a holiday hiatus, we're doing a holiday blitzkrieg of content.
We don't know how many yet.
Going to barrage you with some listeny clickety clackety, and they'll probably be shorter and single topic. So we'll have them fun names so that you can hopefully not get whammied by if you're listening to it with lots of other folks. Hey, and that's another idea. If it's a little bit shorter and you find one that you enjoy that feels like what the rest of the podcast is like, you could maybe play that in the room with all the other people who are standing around with their egg and nog. And say, it's hard to describe. Just here's what it is. Play. And then everybody can go, yeah, what else are you doing, Gretchen? I'll see you at the gym.
Yeah. So we're going to try to pepper in some more of us and hope that you guys have a wonderful holiday. If over that time you want to see what we're up to, you could check us on all social media. I assume that's the plural. On all social media at Listen Brilliant. Or if you really like the verbal high five I've been handing out to our listeners who contact us, you can do the very same by writing us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com. We would love, you obviously know by now, we would love to hear from you.
You guys, seriously, it takes very little of your time and you would be doing the greatest service ever. And many, many, many heartfelt thank yous to everyone who has in the past and most recently has been ramped up to do it. We love it. We love you guys. We're not doing this for nothing. So when you tell us we're on the right track, you'll get more of what you want.
Yeah, that. And we are doing this for nothing, but not for nothing. We do appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, there's no remuneration.
No money in it for us.
All the cash is not coming. Math is my thing. You should tell.
It's not worms. I mean words. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I have worms, Roseanne. Roxanne. What?
It's the worms. Words. Not everybody gets that reference. I appreciate you.
And those that do should write in, and you'll get a top secret. For the top 5 listeners who write in, you'll get the satisfaction of knowing that you were right.
And the top 5 listener. Woo! We love you guys. Stay in touch.
I do. I love them almost as much as she loves them.
I do. Thanks, guys. Bye. Happy holidays. Bye.